So the Blazers' magical bubble run is over, and it's time to talk about the future. The first thing I want to talk about is the idea of trading CJ, because this comes up all the time with the Blazers. I am pretty much in the boat of the only way I would trade CJ is if someone who is definitely better than him is available. I don't know who that's going to be. In fact, I'm not confident that it'll be anyone. So yeah, if I could just never see another CJ for Kevin Love or Blake Griffin tweet, I will be very happy with that. So anyway, we move on to the rest of the team. I'm going to talk about their draft pick. Ever since the Aflalo trade, it just seems like this front office is terrified of trading first-round picks, and they haven't done too well with them the past few years. Caleb Swanigan sucks. Anthony Simons has been disappointing based on how exciting he's supposed to be. Nasir Little sucks. Gary Trent's cool. We'll see with him, but I just fear that the Blazers are going to draft another guy who's going to be exciting for 3 minutes and then we just forget about him and he's the 9th guy in the rotation or something. But still, there's possibilities. There's, of course, my guy Aaron Nesmith, potentially the best shooter in the draft. I want to say the guy's name is Sadiq Bey, who is a 3-and-D wing out of Villanova. There's Josh Green, who's a 3-and-D wing out of Arizona. And these guys are tall. Like, Josh Green is, well, he's 6'6", but he's got a 6'10" wingspan. Bey is 6'8", Nesmith is 6'6". The Blazers need some good two-way forwards, because they're bad on defense, and you've already got Dame, CJ, and Nurk, so the other two guys need to be good on defense. Similar to what Harkless and Aminu were. The problem is that Harkless and Aminu were not good on offense, so then eventually teams just didn't defend them. Now, to get back to that pick, I think there's a chance they could trade the first-round pick, or they could trade a future one. Maybe they really like somebody in the teens in this draft, and then they could trade next year's or whatever. But regardless of what they want to do there, I think Ariza's contract is kind of the heart of the whole thing, because you can use Ariza's money if you decide to accept his non-guaranteed option. And you might even be able to pair that up with somebody else's money, mainly Rodney Hood, to get yourself to about 18-19 million. And then you could be in the running for someone. Now, even then, as I go scour the list of players around the league that the Blazers could use with their play style, you know, a forward who can defend and do something on offense for you, the only two guys that I see are Harrison Barnes and Kelly Oubre. I don't think Kelly Oubre is available. Harrison Barnes, maybe with a pick. You know, maybe the Kings would be that desperate to just make some kind of a move. I mean, that would be a talent downgrade for them, so maybe they wouldn't really want to do that. But it's either those two or maybe Otto Porter, but you'd have to throw in some more money, and I don't know if the Blazers could really get there. I guess another interesting thing would be if you could put Zach Collins out there, because him with a first-round pick could be interesting, and if you put that with Ariza's money, then you might be able to get something a little better. Who knows? I don't think they're going to trade Zach Collins. The other thing to think about is free agency and ways they can get, to me, what I think they need, which is just those defensive forwards who can still do something on offense, besides just hoping that Zach Collins and Gary Trent are those two guys. There's Jeremy Grant, who is apparently going to decline his player option. Could they get him with their mid-level of about $9 million, which they're probably going to be in the cards to use, because I assume they're going to find some way to get a little over the salary cap? I mean, maybe, you know, free agency might not be too hot this year. There's a chance Grant accepts his player option for that reason. There's also a chance that if they would let Ariza go, then they can use that 13 or whatever the hell it would be million to go for Grant. That could be cool. I think he fits into what they need. Marcus Morris is another guy who I think fits in. Should also be said, the Denver Nuggets will probably have something to say about where Jeremy Grant ends up. I think he's going to be a must re-sign guy for them. And besides those two, to be honest, I don't really know. I mean, there's Jay Crowder. It's okay. There's Paul Millsap, who might be too old now. He's looking pretty slow against the Jazz. All of this is kind of the most that I can think of. I mean, if Portland really wanted to swing for the fences, then I guess you're potentially doing a CJ trade, which, again, I'm okay with if you're trading for someone better than CJ. I just don't know if anyone better than him is going to be available. The other idea, and this doesn't get talked about ever, would be trading Nurkic. If you paired him up with Ariza's money, that would get you to into the 20s. But Nurkic is pretty important to what they do, and also, well, I just can't really find a move. I mean, I think one player who has at least been rumored a little bit, I wouldn't move him, but it's been out there somewhat, has been Drew Holiday, who I think could be pretty big for them. He would certainly help them out defensively, and he might be a better passer than Dame is, to be honest. He's not a better shot creator, but you know what I mean. But I don't know how that happens without trading CJ. So yeah, man, I mean, all I'm really asking is just get a real forward. I mean, in a perfect world, you could get like a Gordon Hayward type of forward who can go off the dribble as well as make shots and play defense. But that might be asking too much. Although, to be fair, Gordon Hayward's contract situation kind of iffy. Do you think Portland could jump in on that? I don't know. Do you think they could jump in on the Victor Oladipo situation? Again, I don't know. We're just kind of spitballing, but really what I want is just get a real wing who the defense has to respect and can help out Dame and CJ defensively. And you just hope that the team's healthy and yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, they could get a third star, or maybe you don't even consider CJ a star and, you know, get a real second star for Dame. But it just doesn't seem like it's in the cards unless whoever becomes available, their team will take CJ McCollum and a couple of draft picks. I mean, I've had some 76ers trades added at me enough times on Twitter to where I'll be like, yes, if Ben Simmons is available, please trade CJ McCollum in as many picks as they want. Do it in a heartbeat. But we don't actually believe that's a possibility, right? So anyway, yeah, just get some two-way forwards. Win 50-something games, be one of the 5 best offenses and hopefully a mid-tier defense, and see what you can do in the postseason. We have this whole conversation over again with Dame and CJ being a year older. So anyway, that's it.